Now, I'm right here at Steamboat Landing. I made it back from up there by Lacamas Lake. I walked up there today. You know what? I seen one of the forest rangers that I see up there at Beacon Rock State Park. You know, it was wonderful seeing him. I just gave him a little wave as I went by, and he just smiled, him and his wife, and he's doing the right thing. You know, he's with his wife, and he's a really nice guy. He's got a haircut similar to me, but he's more handsome than me. I will tell you that. He's more handsome. He's more younger. He's got a beautifuler wife than I probably ever have or ever will have. And anyway, I just want everybody to have a goddamn good life. You know, being the Holy Father's Son isn't really the worst thing in the world for us, but the worst thing in the world for us is just deny what shit happened and what didn't happen, what's true and what's not true. You hear my generator on tonight? Well, I'll tell you what, I'm down here, I'm cooking some food right here. I better flip it real quick. Here, I did it, and I'll be right back. Now, I'm just making a quick stir fry. I should turn this down because I should just turn this down. Hell, I can even turn it off. Okay. And I did. I just turned off the generator, and boy, we've had some bursts of air just blowing through here. I'm surprised that the lights are not off yet, because it's pretty blowing, and pretty soon, you know, if the weather comes up and knocks out the power and stuff, I wouldn't be too surprised. But I have power right here, and I love storm chasing. And I met a lot of wonderful people today up there at Lacamas Lake. And I met two kids. They had a hammer and they're beating on something, you know, right there. And I did my, oh, here we are, never seen before. And they said, are you the guy that we used to see up here? And I said, did I have a chain on? And they said, yes. And I said, yes, that was me. And yes, this is me now. And they just smiled and stuff, and the dad did. It was an incredible moment, and you should have been there. But you wasn't. But good thing that I thought about just sharing the good news with you. It's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. I'll give you a good look at my face. I don't know if you could put it on the Shroud of Turin or anything like that. But I'm just telling you, I'm Adam from Adam and Eve. And if you have a bad storm tonight in your home, you might want to say, Yahshua, save me. And because if you are compelled to call on Sleezus, Jesus, you may get hammered. Just telling you, just telling you. Just telling you the truth. The whole truth and nothing but the truth. I've felt some powerful breaths of wind coming in. It was actually just red skies over that way a little bit ago. I mean, I was over there walking back this way, and I decided I was going to put the cameras out that way because it was so red, but by the time I got over here, that redness was gone. You know? And shortly after I got back, well, it was dark when I got here, and I was thinking of those people at Lacamas Lake because I drove my car from over there on 3rd Street over here to the Pendleton, and I parked over there by the museum. Am I museuming you? Using them? It's in the word, it's in the thing. And yeah, I can feel the air and stuff blow around us. You know, it's picking up, and you just never know. God's not going to hammer me, but he may hammer people that are not with him. And God said to me, and he says, you can't be with me and against me at the same time. And think about it. Everything that I've been saying, and think about it. You can't be with me and against me at the same time. And I've been saying that over and over the years and stuff to these people when they come around me. You can't be with me and against me at the same time. but I didn't know who was actually saying that to me, because I was just coming up with these words of wisdom. You know, like, let it be, let it be, let it be, let it be. The words of wisdom, let it be. You know, I need to work on those words, I guess, too. You know, it's like I said to Ernie Tobeck when I seen a bunch of ants on an ant trail, and I found this little ant trail going across his yard. I said, Ernie, look at this, you know, and I showed him the little ant trail. I said, what do you think we should do with these, Ernie? And he says, I think we should, you know, not mess with them and let them do what they're doing. And I said, well, I thought so too. I thought we should let things be. You know what I mean? And anyway, that's just food for thought for you. I've always tried to talk sense into people that was senseless around me. And for what reason? Well, I had to take on it. It's the nature of what I do in my heart. By the way, what was I also to? Oh, the good seed that falls into the dirt that's not so good and all this, and then the seed that falls into that. I talked about that earlier. And anyway, it's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. It's pretty simple, and it's a pretty straightforward deal. And it really don't even have to, it'll soothe the earth. It's a way of soothing the problems, the real problems of this planet. You know, you could goddamn live a great life, but if you get right with the Holy Father, the Holy Father's going to work correctly in your lives. And I'll just talk to you later, you know. I got to do what I got to goddamn do, and if I don't, God's not going to be happy. And another thing, no, I didn't smoke cigarettes for the last 2 days, I believe. And cigarettes cause joint pain. I had noticed that. They can cause severe joint pain, and you shouldn't do it. And I talked to people about cigarettes tonight, and I smoked 5 packs of cigarettes, and it caused lots of joint pain, and it caused Eve a lot of goddamn grief in the process. Here's a bicycle with cool tires. They have lights and stuff on them. They're really fucking cool, and they're going crazy, you know, as they're going around. It looks really cool. And it makes God happy when people are nice and not backbiters and not doing things against people they shouldn't be goddamn doing. You should do nothing against nobody, you know, and nobody should be doing nothing against you in the process. And anyway, it's Yahshua inside the cup, Yahshua outside the cup. Find a friend today that believes in Yahshua and get some fellowship. And I'll talk to you later. Bye.